There are 1,600 taxis in Philadelphia tasked with serving all residents and visitors to our city. But tonight, an undercover investigation is exposing a disturbing problem. Some of those drivers may be discriminating against passengers, failing to pick up some people when those people need help the most. Action News investigative reporter Wendy Saltzman is here with the results of her 2-month-long investigation. What did you find?
Jim, we were tipped off that taxi drivers were allegedly discriminating against people with disabilities. So our team geared up with hidden cameras, and with the help of 3 volunteers, we took to the streets. What we discovered was so alarming, the Philadelphia Parking Authority is promising to investigate and pull licenses if necessary.
Now I'm trapped in this chair. It means that, hold on.
A stroke in 2008 left former truck driver Joe Watson paralyzed. In the blink of an eye, his world changed. He went from being independent to depending on the help of others, like this summer when he ventured into the city to pick up his medication.
After all that went by, and still no cab.
After calling and waiting 5 hours at a downtown hotel, a taxi finally came. But what happened next, Watson said, left him stranded again and completely discouraged.
He looked me in my face and drove off. It makes you feel less than human.
So with the help of Ed Bamba, Walina Oz, and Fran Fulton, we went undercover to see what taxi drivers would do if they had a choice to pick up an able-bodied person or a person with a disability.
So you didn't see her waving, but you saw me waving?
No, I just see her.
We watched as 2 cab drivers pulled a U-turn to pick me up while passing O's.
Why didn't you pick her up?
I never saw her.
Most drivers claimed they just didn't see our volunteers.
Oh, I didn't see her. I don't see. Where is she? I pick up, no problem.
And watch this cab driver who passes O's and stopped for me, but suddenly says he has a customer.
But you weren't going to pick up that woman who's handicapped.
I have a customer.
I don't see a customer in the back of the cab.
Or this guy who said our guide dog Cooper wasn't wearing a sign.
You don't see that any sign by the dog.
You think the dog has to have a sign on it to know it's a service dog? He's wearing a vest?
Yeah, I think there was something signed by the dog.
Others just said they don't do dogs.
I don't care the dog.
Okay, but you have to. It's a service dog.
What's that? No, I don't care the dog.
And this one thought he was being chivalrous, passing up someone who's blind.
I gave you brother because you're a lady.
In instances where we put our volunteers on the streets alone outside of rush hour, many empty cabs did stop to accommodate Bamba and his dog. But on one day, 9 empty cabs passed up O's before a single one stopped.
My identity changed from a human being to a crippled person.
I honestly didn't know the extent of the discrimination.
There's a woman in a wheelchair.
We took a few of our videos to Vince Fenerty, the executive director of the Philadelphia Parking Authority, the agency that licenses cab drivers.
I find this just disgusting.
Fenerty said what we showed him was a blatant violation of federal and city regulations.
It's my opinion that people treat the handicapped and the blind like this. They do not belong serving the public with a license.
And he promised to take appropriate action.
Can you tell me why you didn't stop for the woman there who was handicapped? She was in front of me waiting for a cab.
The PPA has recently issued another 150 medallions for handicapped accessible taxis to be added to the city's fleet at a rate of $15 a year for 10 years. In addition, they're pushing lawmakers to pass regulations that would require all new taxis to be handicapped accessible.
I was going to ask you if these individuals have any recourse, but it looks like they're going to rely on the parking authority to do their bidding.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but they say that they're going to bring the cab drivers in.
We'll see. I have a hunch you'll be following up. Thank you, Wendy.